A group of British museums has launched a multi-million-dollar campaign to keep thousands of items salvaged from the Titanic from falling into private hands at a bankruptcy auction. The effort is backed by filmmaker James Cameron and Robert Ballard, who discovered the sunken wreck on the Atlantic floor in 1985. Charlie D'Agata is in Greenwich, London, outside one of the museums fighting to preserve the collection. Charlie, good morning.
Good morning. The National Maritime Museum say they're best equipped to look after these artifacts. In fact, they already house a small collection, including a watch that stopped the moment it descended into those icy waters.
When the Titanic went down in 1912, she took part of America and Britain with her. Now, Britain wants those artifacts back home, where her journey began. Its museums have the backing of Titanic movie director James Cameron.
The sinking of Titanic was a heartbreaking moment in history.
He says it's a chance to honor the 1,503 passengers and crew who perished.
Securing the irreplaceable collection of artifacts, protecting and preserving them for future generations by placing them in the public trust.
The roughly 5,500-piece collection includes personal items like jewelry, cosmetics, and cash, but the prize centerpiece is the bronze cherub. No, not Leonardo DiCaprio, the statue seen in the grand staircase scene in the movie.
I saw that in the Nickelodeon once, and I always wanted to do it.
The collection owner, U.S. company Premier Exhibitions, Inc., has filed for bankruptcy. The wreck was discovered in 1985 by former U.S. Navy officer Robert Ballard, also part of the campaign.
All of the people who fell to the bottom of the ocean, the only signature left are their shoes, and they're in pairs of shoes, mother's shoes with baby's shoes. And I realized I was at a cemetery, and nothing should be taken from this site.
Ballard said he tried to block deep-sea expeditions from removing objects, but because the Titanic sank in international waters, it was finders keepers to the first salvage team to claim it, which is how it eventually fell into the ownership of the U.S. company. British museums argue the collection would be better off here than lost to the world of private ownership, says National Maritime Museum Director Kevin Fuster.
We're looking to buy the collection, but we're also wanting the courts to recognise that there are principles at stake here other than just money.
Now, that includes looking after the wreckage site. That U.S. Navy officer called it hallowed ground, saying you wouldn't take a shovel to Gettysburg or go hunting for belt buckles at Pearl Harbor. Gayle?
It does feel like hallowed ground. Thank you very much, Charlie D'Agata, reporting from Greenwich, London. You know, I heard something in the news interesting this morning that it could have been Matthew McConaughey and Gwyneth Paltrow in the roles of Leo and Kate Winslet.
Really?
They were in the running. It's hard to imagine anybody else playing that role.
I love that movie.
It's interesting to see the artifacts from the ship.